Oh, another day around the Beltway. Just doesn't end, so I'm going to turn on my adaptive cruise because we're in the stop and go traffic. And, the fun of working around the Washington, D.C. metro area. Here we go. Ha! This is so funny. I mean, I'm literally putting along and the car's saying, pay attention. Bossy. Jeez. You're a married man. You think you got a bossy wife? Well, wait till you get into this truck, this Blue Cruise. Bossy. So this is pretty cool. Literally, it's hands-free, stop and go. And so, did you see that? That's pretty cool. So I was stopped for less than a few seconds. Oh, this is awesome. I mean, good Lord. Talk about getting spoiled. Now here's this person trying to cut in front of me. So let's pick that up. See, this is where it gets really freaky. Did you just see that maneuver by that person? Yeah, I haven't done this yet. This is pretty neat. Yeah, hands-free driving, stop and go traffic. Wow. I guess if you put a mannequin in the front seat and you had really heavy straight traffic, for miles and miles, you could probably get in the back seat and drink your morning coffee and read your phone and just have a mannequin that kind of moves its head around a little bit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so look at this. I mean, this is pretty awesome. And you just talk about, the stress of, the foot and brake, if you know what I mean. Pretty neat. Yeah, so look at this. I am in stop and go traffic, as I was just showing you, and wow. The DC Beltway. Even though, with the new lifestyle that we're all living, not all of us, but some of us, where you don't have to drive to work anymore. I mean, oh my gosh, you can even imagine. For me, what's interesting in life is I tell people all the time, and as you get older, you kind of really grasp this more than when you were younger, but you try to predict the future. It doesn't work. I mean, it does not. It's just, you're kidding yourself. I mean, for me, living on the road in this DC Beltway area since 1985, I would have told you 2-3 years ago, oh my God, I'm just done. I am so done. I'm leaving this area because the traffic is horrendous. And then you can go back to 2004, 5, 6, 7. Same thing. This area was exploding in growth, and I absolutely hated it. And actually, I did change careers to get the hell off the road for a while, and oh my God, that was a fiasco. I mean, I literally started a whole new business, a lawn and garden equipment dealership business back in 2007, and because I was riding off the craziness of the economy where everybody was spending money in this DC area, the real estate market, the construction, it was just crazy. And sure enough, the fall of 2007, the lights turned off. And I mean, the lights turned off. And so now here I have a brand new business I started, and now it's sucking wind like nothing. I mean, to start a brand new business, and then within a short time thereafter you start it, to be put in a position where you're getting ready to be in a major recession, which, for the people my age and, and a little younger, they know all about that 2008-9, just incredible crash of the economy here in this country. And so I was part of all that back in 2008. Just a terrible, terrible time. Fiasco for me financially. And so, what's interesting about me kind of going back to those dates, that was a time when this Beltway DC area, the traffic was so bad that I just didn't want to be on the roads anymore. And that's why I started a lawn and garden equipment business right down the street from my house, literally not even a mile from my home, because I wanted to get the hell off the roads. And now fast forward to here the last few years, this area, well, I should say, after 2008-9 crash, this area's traffic really lightened up. A lot of people left this area and, you know, the roads got lighter. So then you kind of fast forward to 2000, you know, 12, 13, 14, 15, the market started, you know, getting straightened out. And, you know, 2016 and to, you know, up to 2020, 2019, this area started to become just overwhelmed with traffic again. The growth was exploding. And, you know, it's the same thing. It's like, oh my God, man, I just am sick of this traffic, because I live on the roads for my business, and that's what I've done, you know, for since 1985. And here we go. So now I'm saying, don't predict the future. Don't predict the future. Well, the pandemic sets in 2020, and oh my gosh, the roads totally went to nobody being on the road. I mean, you go back the spring of 2020, you go back to April, May, into June, the roads were empty. And, you know, when people driving 100 miles an hour, you saw that all over the place. It was crazy. Police didn't want to pull you over because they were scared of COVID. They were directed by, you know, their higher up, don't get exposed to COVID, so just let people do what they want to do. And once again, the roads were empty. So here we are, you know, I'm sitting here in this stop and go traffic in my hands-free Blue Cruise technology, and the truck is just, right now, this is crazy. The truck sat more than a few seconds and it's moving again. And so, you know, once again, here 2019, I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, the roads are gonna be so crazy, I can't stand it. But now 2021, the roads are light. You do not have, due to the pandemic that forced many people to stay at home and do remote work, you do not have the traffic in this area like you used to. So this area really isn't that bad with traffic. Sure, it's still, you know, heavy, and for anybody that doesn't live in metropolis, suburban areas, they'd be like, oh my gosh, this area's too busy. But no, it's not. This DC market, the 8 to 5 commuter traffic has disappeared. How much longer does it last? Well, it'll last as long as the federal government and major businesses allow people to work from home, which that's huge. But meanwhile, here's the Ford Tremor, just, you know, letting me talk on my video, and you know, the truck's driving itself, which is just so cool. So for anybody out there, you know, thinking, yeah, but that gets very expensive. Yes, it does. I mean, that's something you really, I get that. You go out and buy the Ford Tremor and you package up the 402A package, which includes the Blue Cruise. Yes, very expensive. So, you know, for those that aren't excited about it anyways, I'm sure they're like, yeah, who cares? That doesn't really drive me to why I want to buy the truck. But for me, working out of it and living out of it, and, you know, dealing with heavy traffic, this is a great feature. Now, another thing I was thinking about this morning after posting my video from yesterday, talking about how this sport feature in the truck really brings this truck to life. I was thinking this morning, you know, all right, just got off the phone there, so back to my thought, right? What the hell was my thought? My thought was that when you first get this truck, do yourself a favor and ride around in the regular setting and kind of get used to that, and then go to the sport setting, because that'll make you appreciate that sport mode a lot more. And, you know, yeah, whatever, if you want to go right to sport mode to have fun, yeah, go ahead, but you will really get a better feel for how this truck was designed, and you have more appreciation for that sport mode. You'd be like, wow, you know, this truck really does have really an aggressive, you know, mode, and it's just a whole different animal. It's like the, you know, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, or, you know, whatever the scenario is there. So just a word of thought for anybody buying the truck and, you know, thinking about, hey, I see all these videos, and is this truck really as exciting as somebody like me is conveying to you? And, you know, and I can get that in life. Somebody may get one of these trucks and be like, it ain't that great. Which, you know, okay, well, yeah, that's fine. I mean, everybody has their has their excitement in life, what they think's kind of neat and cool. And I've been there. I've had people tell me something, and I'm like, yeah, that isn't really what I thought it was going to be. But, but hopefully for more than less, kind of buy this truck and test drive it or whatever. And like, yeah, you know what? That guy's video was pretty, it was pretty accurate. He wasn't embellishing there and trying to make a sales pitch, which, there's nothing there for me to gain by me personally telling you things that aren't factual. I mean, it's not like I'm a Ford rep. So, it's just, I'm a car truck nut. That's why I called it Ice Age TV. It's all about the internal combustion engine age. Here we are, my hands-free's on. It's like forcing me to let go of the steering wheel and do what it does and steer itself. That's a whole other thing you're going to find out about this truck is it does get bossy and it does take over and do what it wants to do. Heading into Maryland. Truck knows I'm already not paying attention. Yikes. What if the wife had that type of button? You ever thought about that? What if the wife had that beeping noise when you weren't listening to her? Yeah. All right, we're kind of in a different area, so I'm going to go for the sport mode. How about that, huh? I tend to like to use so that I get left off that. So there you go. You got a little trick to that. You just see that? Wow. Ah! Now she's a monster. Awesome. So when you do that shifting progress, you got to let off the gas pedal for that four-wheel automatic to engage. Over the bridge one way, over the bridge another way, going back over Potomac River. Live behind the wheel of the car. But it's pretty nice today. What is it here? 91 degrees here in the Washington, D.C. area. Not too shabby. End of the summer's coming here. Now I'm in that sport mode, and I just told you when you're on the highway, you're supposed to make it to the regular mode, right? Which I think you should. But actually, we're in 10th gear. This ain't bad. Do I just be Mr. Sport Man around the Beltway? Or do I be calm and sensitive? Is that the right thing to do? So we go to their dial here, right here, and turn it. Oh, I don't have my hands free on. I got to turn on my hands free, don't I? There we go. So look at that. I'll get away with that for a moment. Let's see here. There we go. Right. How about that? Not pretty neat? Technology, man. Just incredible. Either you love it or hate it, which I'm sure you've heard in my videos. There's a lot of love and hate going on, isn't there? There you go. Just as I bring up the love and hate. Wow. So get this. When you start the truck up, I just went by my Toyota dealership where I buy tons of cars. And I'm buying one of those today. That's not what this is about. But just got back in the truck, and for the first time, I actually had parked the truck in the sport mode. And when I started it up, it asked on my menu screen to keep the sport mode on, yes or no. That's really great. So the truck remembers your last setting once you turn the vehicle off. Oh, the change of times. Here I'm at Walmart and everybody's lined up to get their... Love the camera feature here as they're trying to make a parking spot. Right? Right. Look at that there. You got a cart here. That's my challenge. Hey, it went away. That sucks. What's that all about, huh? Let's see here. Look at that. So I was able to escape that. Maybe. See that technology? Look at that. Now, is that tight, close, or what? And as we know, it's too damn lazy to walk an extra few feet to put a cart away. I mean, look at this. Here's the cart spot right here.